Blitz on 2 is sponsored by Charleston County Parks, Charleston Heating and Air, Morgan & Morgan, and Steen Enterprises.
Is it that time again?
It looks like 11:10 on the dot.
It is. I'm Mark Morgan. He's Dan Fanning. It is the Blitz on 2, another stellar slate of high school football games right here on the show that you always watch at 11:10 p.m. on Friday night.
That is right. Good evening, Dan Fanning. Glad to have you for week 5 of the high school season. Tonight's game of the week features the 5th best team in 5A, Sumter, versus the 2nd best squad in 2A, Oceanside Collegiate. Johnson Haygood Stadium, we go. A beautiful night for football. Scoreless first quarter. Edward Reidenbach plunges in on the QB keeper from the 1-7-0 OCA. Brent Thompson in attendance right there on his home field. Gamecocks trying to answer. They need to start charging Timmy Castaigne rent because he is living in the backfield. 4th down. He ends the drive with a QB sack. Then Oceanside adds to their lead off the Reidenbach play action fake. Then to the end zone where Jace Kravchik goes up and gets it. 14-0 home team. Wow. Then second quarter, Sumter still trying to mount something on offense. Quarterback back to pass.
You shot this really well. I say it every week, but your photography is tremendous.
Tez Spann on the other side, and Tez plays for Oceanside. Interception of the Gamecock pass. Then, once again, Landsharks turn that into points. A.J. Johnson running angry. Rumbles in to make it 21-0, and we go to the board. How about it? Oceanside Collegiate, a statement win. The News 2 karma rubs off on the Landsharks. They win our game of the week, blanking Sumter 28-0. Like OCA, Coach LaPratt and Fort D not making it easy on themselves with their non-region slate.
That's true, Dan. The Patriots with another tough task this evening, traveling upstate to Gaffney. Let's check out the highlights from this one. We pick it up. It's third quarter. Patriots punting, but oh boy, the Indians cough it up, and Fort D is all over it. Patriots dominated this game for much of the contest. That will lead to this long field goal. Fort D takes a 24-21 lead. A little later in the third quarter, Zion Reynolds, he is looking for the pylon. He's in. 31-21, Fort D ahead of Gaffney on the road. Banks Wickersham looking for Darius Balin. He finds him right there. Great catch, out of bounds. They can't hold off Gaffney, though. This is Jaden McDowell. He is looking for the corner of the end zone, and he's going to get it right there. Wow, what a game, what a comeback for the home team. To the board we go, and Fort D falls just short. Gaffney with a great comeback in that fourth quarter to win it, 35-31.
Yeah, that is right. Tonight was a great night for football in Goose Creek as the Gators hosted the Somerville Green Wave, and there was plenty of action from literally the first down, according to Raymond Owens. After kickoff, Campbell McCurry hands the ball to Marquez Spells, and before he nearly runs 60 yards for the touchdown, we may see this play later on. It is 7-0 Green Wave. Now it's the Gators' turn. Drew Moore, still no relation to Lexi, throws it to Tory Reed. The extra point, though, was blocked. 7-6 Wave. Next up, still in the first quarter, by the way, Somerville's Campbell McCurry throws the ball nearly halfway down the field, and Quintrell Pettiford ran right past the Goose Creek defense. He's in. Green Wave go in front 14-6, but they are not done. Campbell McCurry hands the ball off to Keith Elmore Jr. for another Green Wave. Stiff arm rumbles into the end zone over his man. That's saucy there for Keith Elmore. 21-6 Green Wave. The Gators said not so fast. Drew Moore decided to just run it straight into the end zone. The extra point this time was good. 21-13, 56 seconds still in the first quarter. Raymond Owens had plenty to shoot this evening. We go to the board. As you see the scoreboard, Somerville. The Green Wave offense responds after getting shut out last week by Sumter. Goose Creek falls 56-30.
Elsewhere, we go now to Ashley Ridge. Swamp Foxes hosting Wando. Love that opening shot. Here we go. Brooks Lemke of the Warriors to Kelby Cash, friend of the program. He's out in the flat for a short gain. This was a rough night for Wando all the way around. The Warriors still with it. Lemke on the keeper. He is brought down for a loss by Christian Garland. More on Garland in a moment. Wando right here mishandles this punt, the snap, deep in their own territory. Swamp Foxes recover and then take over. That leads to this. I mentioned Christian Garland. Yeah, he's going both ways. That's a touchdown. Takes it in for the score. 7-0 Swamp Foxes. Warriors still trying to get something going on this night. Quick check of the scoreboard. Back to the action we go. Lemke to Landon Bryant. Really nice gain here. About 10, 12 yards before he is finally brought down to the board, though. Looks like three-run homers for the Swamp Foxes. They beat Wando tonight by a score of 9-3. It is fitting that Dan Fanning, as an alum, gets to talk about this next game.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that worked out, huh? Yeah, West Ashley trying to run its record.
How did that work out?
I don't know. 6-0 this evening. We'll have to talk to the producer who did that.
There we go.
Anyway, the Wildcats hosting Timberland this evening west of the Ashley. Wildcats D came to play again. Hampton O'Donnell, big 71. Right there in the backfield, a tackle for loss. Same series, same player, O'Donnell. One more time with the tackle for loss, making it hard for, Timberland to find any running lane this evening. Well, the Wolves would here, right here. Kevin Gaskins passes Jordan Timmons, moves it through the air for a nice 10-yard gain, makes the man miss, tries to follow his blocks, rumbles down the sideline. Almost there, picks up the first down. Then Zamari Campbell, nice carry for a gain of 7 for the Wildcats of West Ashley. Then in the red zone, Kevin Brown right up the gut as you get a shot of the band. Mark Morgan all over it with the cutaways. Then at the 3-yard line, what can Brown do for you? Kevin Brown, touchdown. Wildcats, the Fighting Christina Lobos as well. PAT good. 7-0 West Ashley. And how about it? We go to the board and make it 6. West Ashley wins their 6th game in a row. 34-0, their 3rd shutout in a row.
Another score of note, Cane Bay goes on the road. This is a nice road win. Our WOW winners, so the News 2 Sports mojo is still intact. We're a good luck charm. Cane Bay shuts out May River on the road, 21-0.
From the Sharks of May River to the Sharks of St. James, Stratford up in Murrells Inlet this evening. Timothy Lloyd bursts through the defensive line, dives into the end zone, touchdown Stratford. Then Brett Marge wide open, making the grab from Jalen Berry. Another score for Stratford. Knights adding to the lead in the second. We assume this is another TD pass from Berry. Into the end zone he goes.
Yeah,
and
a little different.
How about that? Stratford gets off the schneid this evening. The Knights go into St. James and they christen the St. James Dew playing surface by the score of 35-10.
All right, we are just getting started here on the Blitz. Our Blitz on to. It's time to call a brief timeout.
Yeah, that's right. Plenty more highlights and scores from across the Lowcountry when we return. Stay with us.
All right, a little delay there. Our friends at Cane Bay, obviously for the Win of the Week, the WOW Award earlier this week.
Yeah, that is right. Welcome back in. Philip Simmons and neighbor Bishop England have become heated rivals. The Iron Horses finally getting the better of the Bishops a season ago. And we go to Daniel Island instead of dueling banjos at dueling runouts. First quarter, Tavian Orlana eludes the pressure like Christian's boy Eli Manning in the Super Bowl, then finds Brody Tonid open for a big gain down the sideline for the Iron Horses. P.S. going to the air later in the drive, Orlana picked off by Charlie Rainey. Rainey had a big game last week. Great job of high-pointing the ball. Turnover. Bishops respond, or I guess recover. Still scoreless to start the second quarter. Friend of the program, KJ Asbury, decides to take matters in his own hands into the Wildcat. Crosses the goal line, refs discuss, and they give it to him. TD Philip Simmons made it 7-0, and we go to the board. The Iron Horses, Blake BE 21-0. PS makes it 2 in a row over their neighbors from Bishop England.
Blitz on 2 keeps right on rolling. It's PorterGaud at Hanahan. Kind of like a drone shot here a little above. We're also going to add that because of the pyro in the back, Dan. See that? Look at that. It's like fireworks, man. Here we go. Hawks going up top early. Jaden Cummings to Ashton Drayton. Look at that grab by Ashton. Takes it away from the defender. Yeah, you got mossed. 35 yards on the play, down to the 10. Flags in the crowd. Hawks a few plays later. It's Cooper Smith. He will take it in. That was easy. Touchdown Hanahan. 7-0. Hawks band in full display. Elsewhere, Drayton again with another long gainer. This dude is hard to bring down, as you see. Same drive. Kevon Rivera is going to cap it off because he knows what to do. A power run for the touchdown right up through the middle. That will count. 14-zip Hanahan. Little late signal there. There it is. 14-0 Hawks at that point. This thing got out of hand. As we go to the board, he says, we're number one, or he meant something like that. 42-0. Hanahan shuts out the Cyclones.
Woodland traveling down to Walterboro to take on Collington County early in the first quarter. Woodland takes over after a Cougars punt. Sadarian Harrison finds Tyrell Sampson for a first down. Next play, Sadarian Harrison, who's a playmaker, overthrows Javion Kelly. Good coverage there by the Cougars. Second and goal, though. Wolverines, Sadarian Harrison hands it off to Jalen Ingram, and he dashes into the end zone for a Wolverine touchdown. PAT good, 7-0 Woodland. David Morgan in attendance, as you can tell with the crowd shot. We go to the board, and Woodland blanks Colleton. I guess they did not blank them. 49-9. Now, basic academics, one of the few unbeaten teams left in our area, Academic Magnet.
That's right, Dan. The Raptors, one of the surprise squads in the Lowcountry through the early part of the season. Let's check them out on this Friday night, facing Northwood Academy. Tate Brown of the Raptors to Keaton Murray, 22 yards before he's finally shoved out of bounds. That was second quarter action. Third quarter, Brown is rolling out. Where is Carter Griffin? He is right there. Gain of 10. Raptors moving the sticks. Brown again to Murray again. Is his arm tired yet? Kid's throwing every down. Academic Magnet trying to take it in here, but Red Hill of Northwood Academy breaks it up, prevents a touchdown. We go to the board. Kind of a high-scoring affair here, but Academic Magnet moves to 5-0. The Raptors win it 36-22.
Now back downtown, battle of Charleston, North Charleston and Carolyn's Burke Bulldogs. Bulldogs trail 14-0 late second quarter. North Charleston trying to add to the lead. Tyrell Gadsden sacked by Jalen Singleton Brown. Gadsden, though, would respond. Swing pass to Xavion Capers. A big gain by the sophomore rep in the number 2. Sets the Cougars up in the red zone. North Charleston caps off the drive with a Gadsden TD pass to Gary McDaniel Jr. Number 1 in your program, number 1 in your hearts. Dives over the goal line. Cougars go for 2, and they get it. We go to the board. North Charleston, big winners over Burke, 58-0.
Spartanburg Christian Academy on the road taking on Colleton Prep. Here we go. Late first quarter, Warriors Asante Jenkins tries to run up the middle, but the Warhawks defense is right there to stop him. Next play, Ben Ashby looking downfield, going deep for Ethan Linder. Where is Ethan? He can't quite haul it in. Spartanburg forced to punt. First play of the drive for the Warhawks is Cole Davis throwing it downfield. He's looking for Caden Crosby. Where's Caden? There he is. He jogs into the end zone for a Colleton Prep touchdown. Let's go to the board. Final score from Walterboro. Colleton Prep wins big over Spartanburg Christian, 48-14. And we're going to step away one final time here on the Blitz on 2.
That's right. When we come back, I'll look at our play of the night. Don't touch that remote.
And welcome back to the Blitz on 2 alongside Dan Fanning. I'm Mark Morgan. A few other scores across the Lowcountry we want to take note of. Buford beat Cross, the final there, 23-14. Also, Edisto, a big winner over Military Magnet, 41-6.
Yeah, Baptist Hill goes on the road, and Manning gets the better of the Bobcats, 44-18. Andrews, they beat Greensea Floyd's 48-15.
More scores to report. Some Skeeza action now. Wilson Hall shut out First Baptist 28-0, and Bethesda Academy an easy winner over Palmetto Christian 52-6.
Also, Williamsburg Academy stays unbeaten. They win 42-13. And then Dorchester Academy, big winners over Dillon Christian, 44-22.
And one other score to report. St. John's Christian, really good program last couple of years, Dan. They beat Conway Christian tonight by a score of 46-14.
And now it's time for the play of the night, sponsored by Marquez Spells. First play from scrimmage. Marquez puts a spell on Goose Creek's defense. Up the gut, and it's goodnight Irene. 60-yard scamper for 6. Spells is making it a weekly occurrence here on the top play of the night.
All right, so that's kind of a wrap for the Blitz on 2 portion of the show. We're going to discuss college football for just a moment. A lot of interesting games tomorrow. I know you'll be at Furman at Charleston Southern starting about 12 noon. That's just one of the games, right?
Yeah, speaking of 12 noon, Clemson, a big game up in Winston-Salem against OCA alum Sam Hartman and Wake Forest. I think Clemson about a 7-point favorite. So this game, I know Clemson has NC State next week at home. So both of these, I guess, next 2 weeks will be big for Clemson in the ACC as the Tigers look to get back to Charlotte this season.
And a lot of people think that tomorrow is going to be one of those real tests for Clemson, especially going on the road. And like you said, with Sam Hartman back, he missed a couple weeks. He's back now. That's a really interesting matchup. South Carolina really trying to get back on track, back in the groove, especially offensively. Charlotte coming to Columbia tomorrow night. That should be something that helps the Gamecocks move forward, at least in a positive way, in all 3 phases of the game.
Yeah, I would say so. Charlotte this week, SC State next week before they go to Lexington to face your Kentucky Wildcats. South Carolina needs to get some momentum going. Obviously, Arkansas, Georgia, 2 of the best teams in the SEC, 2 of the best teams in the nation. A little deflating for South Carolina, so hopefully they get some momentum going into SEC play the rest of the season.
That's true. So both the Citadel and South Carolina State both with off Saturdays. They have buys, as they would say. That's a wrap for Week 5 of the Blitz on 2. Thanks so much for hanging with us.
Yeah, also we can't forget the shots last night. Big win for CCU. So yeah, tune in tomorrow for plenty of college coverage at 6, 7, and 11. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.